Before we start off today's video, if you guys would like to join my Discord server, link will be in the description and it will also be in that pinned comment. If it's been more than 7 days, then please use the latest video, as that's the one with the link that will be working, because apparently they only last 7 days. But before we do actually get into the video, this actual video is inspired by Discord, because someone on my Discord server said that they would like to see the Daihatsu Copen. So shout out to that person, and well, let's get right into it. So yes, the Daihatsu Copen, a small little car. This is in Japan what's known as a K car. It's a certain class with different specifications that have to meet regulations and all that. And well, we actually got it here in England, so you know, I've never actually seen one in real life besides the videos. No, actually I have. I've seen a few. But yeah, they're very cutesy little, budgety little vehicles. But how does it stack up? Let's have a look now. So, when it comes to the exterior looks, the whole thing is a cute car. I mean, you've got huge headlights at the top and then slightly smaller ones at the bottom, the indicator and all that. And then you've got a grille which is like a humongous smile sort of thing, like it's really happy to see you. The only thing I don't like is in the UK that number plate does block a bit of the grille off, so it's a bit like, what? But it is definitely a cutesy little car. I mean, it's not, yeah, it is a bulbous shape, bubbly, but you know, it's more cute than ugly. The side, well, it just looks very similar, you know, the roof and then the front and the back. It's just a very small car really. I mean, it's not ugly, it's not pretty, but it is quite cute. And then the rear is very similar to the front, especially with the lights. You know, you've got two big lights at the top and then smaller ones at the bottom. It's even got twin exhausts. Now, it had two engines. Whether it had it on both engines, I'm not sure, but either way, you get twin exhausts, which is cool. And well, that's enough for me. And the actual design of it is not actually that bad, to be honest. It's alright. When it comes to the interior, well, yes, it's cheap. It looks very old. And yes, it's just black plastic and all that. I mean, I know this was a 2000s car and that it's more acceptable then than now. But I mean, yeah, I know it's, you know, Daihatsu's not the type of company to put luxurious, you know, materials and designs everywhere. But other car reviews say that the interior is, well, what I've just said. So it'd be odd for me not to say it anyway. But you know what, there you are. You know, I mean, it does its functions fine. It's just not, you know, luxurious in a way you probably want it to. When it comes to the performance, like I said, it has two engines. So the first engine it came with was a 0.7 inline 4-cylinder with a turbo that had 67 horsepower and 74 pound-feet of torque. Now this does sound like a abysmal amount, even with a car that's literally the size of an ant. However, besides the fact it was front-wheel drive, it is actually a very light car, 830 kilograms. That's 170 kilograms less than 1 ton. That is, I'm 50 kilograms, which is 50, 100, 150. That's more than 3 times. If you put 3 of me in that car, which you can't anyway, then it'd be 1 ton. And it comes with a 5-speed manual gearbox. 0 to 60 is 11.3 seconds and the top speed is 106 miles an hour. Now I should note that Wikipedia does say automatic, but I don't know if it's in the English market. I don't think it is because the website used doesn't suggest it. But then later, a different engine was used. This is a 1.3 litre inline 4-cylinder with no turbo or supercharger. This was used in some cheap hatchback called the Sirion, something more like the Serial. 86 horsepower and 89 pound-feet of torque, front wheel drive again, and the same weight at 830 kilograms, and 5-speed manual once again. 0 to 60 had been dropped to pretty much like 9.2 to 9.5 seconds, which is what a huge like 1.5 to 2 second drop. Amazing. And the top speed had been upped by 6 miles an hour to 112 miles an hour. Even though you don't need a very powerful engine to drive this small light machine. I do feel like the first engine, it does seem underpowered, but it's got that turbo, plus it revs to like 8,500 RPM. This one doesn't, but still both are probably as fun as each other. You know, one's got less power but it's got a turbo, and one hasn't got a turbo but it's got quite a bit more power. I'd personally have this, just because, you know, speed. When it comes to the practicality, well, the boot was 210 litres big, but that is with the roof up. 210 litres is not that bad for a car like this. You know, that's sort of like super mini sort of territory for boot size. But when you put the roof down, that boot, the capacity just drops. Unfortunately, I don't know what capacity it drops to, but it does become a lot less practical. And the rear seats, well, they don't exist. But the front seats do exist, as you can see here. Now, as it's a very small car, it's not very long, it's not very wide, and it's not very tall. With the roof up, headroom you might struggle a little bit with. It can be a bit hard for very large people to actually fit in this car. Me, I'd be fine because I'm 5'7" and I'm skinny as anything. But say anyone else, yeah, you might struggle, unfortunately. But if you got the roof up, not only will you then fit, but then you have some open top fun, which is, well, amazing. When it comes to the handling and the comfort, well, let's start with the comfort. Apparently the ride can be rough, which is not what I was hoping to hear when I was reading the reviews. But unfortunately it is, so even though it is kind of a town car, you know, it's not great, shall we say. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not the worst thing ever. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just like over the really bad potholes and the really bad bumps, and if you go over bumps too fast or too slow at the wrong speed. I'm pretty sure at certain times, certain speeds and certain positions it's actually fine. The actual handling itself, well, it's not rear wheel drive, so forget your oversteer. If you want lift off oversteer, you can go try that yourself, but it gripped alright really. Steering was actually quite direct and it was very, very fun to drive. You know, it's small and it's very light and it's just got enough power for you to just have some fun. You just go in a corner, and in fact, body roll, well, at this point it's pretty much non-existent on this car, which means that handling is even better. It's not so sloppy. So you go around the corner with precision, whatever, I can't say the word, you know what I mean. But you go around that corner with the absolute presence and amazingness that you expect from something much more higher than this just small little K car. But it is very, very good for what it is, effectively. I mean, it's fun. It's just going to be so fun. I mean, I would like to drive one for a day. I mean, that would be quite fun. Is there anything else worth noting? No, there isn't. Is there? No, I don't think there is. No, I can't think of anything. But what is the verdict? So it has cute looks and it is fun to drive, and along with being fun to drive, it handles really well. It is nippy around town. You know, it's very small, it's recently economical, and it's, you know, it's got enough power to get out of its own way. And, well, yeah, that makes a good city car. Boot with the roof up is actually not too bad for what it is. And with the roof down, you can have a lot of fun. You know, the wind, you know, if you've got a toupee, well, say goodbye to that toupee, and you can put your hands in the air. You know, you can, you know, stand up on your seat if you're a maniac and just scream, whatever. However, the cons are the headroom for the front passengers, actually, instead of the rear passengers, even though they don't exist on this car. The boot does shrink with the roof down. The ride can be rough, and the interior, which, like I said, other reviews said it, so I'm gonna say it, but it's not a full con, I would say. It's, you know, just something to be wary of, you know, just cheap, boring grey plastics. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys would like to check out my reaction channel, link will be in the description below. I've been saying for weeks I've got a video planned. I have got the video planned, it's just finding the time to do it, and I need my mate to come and film for me. So whenever that happens, will happen. But I do have a short that I'm willing to do for this channel, and this reaction channel. Slightly different because one's a car channel, one's a reaction channel, but both pretty much the same in the middle and the end. So hopefully that happens soon. That should be a Christmas special. The next car, unfortunately, I don't know, but if you do know yourself what you want, then you can let me know in the comments below, and I will oblige and review that car for you if I've actually got nothing else planned before. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in next week's video, and don't forget, YouTube community posts every day. You decide what you like, you know, or what you don't like, or which is best, whatever, in the polls, and we're nearly coming up to poll 100, which is, well, amazing. But anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.